Get your trousers on. You're Nick's son. For more cars like this, please keep watching. Welcome to Lot 76 Cars. My name's Simon, and today we're at the Lancaster Classic Motor Show at the NEC, and boy have we got a show for you. There is such a fantastic selection of cars here. So without further ado, let's go and have a look at them, shall we? So this 1967 Mulliner Park Ward Bentley is owned by Gary Mathers. It's believed to be the first car that was produced. There are only 41 produced. This one was produced by a guy called David Wickens. Some of you might remember he used to own British Car Auctions back many years ago. Now it's got a certain patina to it, as you will see. We'll have a look at the rest of the patina in a second. I mean, this is one hell of a job he's got restoring this car, hasn't he? I mean, my word, it's a beautiful car, and obviously, as I mentioned, you know, one of 41 ever built, and the first. It's absolutely worth saving, isn't it? Interior doesn't look too bad, but the elephant in the room is that rear three-quarter. Oh dear. Whoops. So the W187 Mercedes was launched in 1951. It's one of the first post-war cars to have a 6-cylinder Mercedes-Benz engine, 2.2, producing, wait for it, a whopping 79 horsepower. Now, the elephant in the room with this one is the livery on this. Well, the owner of this car's got a collection of cars, and this is one of his art collection cars. Well, there you go. You certainly stand out in a crowd with that one, wouldn't you? Now, there are some stunning cars here, particularly this Kamzin Gandini styled Maserati, named actually after an exotic wind, apparently. Well, I'll take it from them. It is beautiful, isn't it? It looks like it's got the proper opening tailgate, and it's got this, I've seen this before, where it's got this glass area. You can see right into the boot. Whether it maybe helps vision, actually looking, you can see the rear view mirror from there, can't you? Isn't that so of its time? Launched in 73, ran right the way through to 82, which is a hell of a long production life. Look at the size of the exhaust pipes. They're like a wheelbarrow, aren't they? That's epic. So for the Ghibli, Maserati decided to turn to Jaguar, and he designed this 4.9 litres, I think they said, a dry sumped engine. Beautiful styled car. Well, it's sort of a four-seater, or just a bit, no, it probably looks like just a bit of room in the back. Fabulous look on that car, isn't it? What is not to like on that? Just drink in the beauty of that car while I fall backwards trying to get it fully into shot. That's epic, isn't it? Can't get the exhaust pipe in. That's another video, I think. And from a much later generation of Maseratis, they were starting to go in a different direction. This is the Karif. I think it's just it is a two-door, but I think it is just about a four-seater. Interesting design. Looks like it should have a folding hardtop. Doesn't, obviously, but if you look at the shape of the C-pillar, it does look like they had that in mind, doesn't it? Apologies, a couple of things creeping into shot, but short of room around here. A 3-litre Busso engine with 188 horsepower is not to be sniffed at, so this was the absolute flagship of the Alfa 75 range. Now, the Alfa 75 is a curious car because it's more than the sum of its parts, literally more than the sum of its parts. Built to celebrate the 75th anniversary of Alfa Romeo, but they didn't really have the budget. Story of Alfa Romeo's many years in the wilderness, so they took the doors here from the previous Giulietta and they disguised them with this cap, plastic cap at the top, so they are interchangeable, I think, with a Giulietta. Interesting how the styling, it kicks up at the back. This is a beautiful example, by the way. I'm sure many of these have met an early grave due to rust, but this one, transaxle, gearbox over the rear axle, brilliant handling. I have driven one, but a long time ago, but very memorable. Another rare car on UK roads is an Alfa Romeo Montreal. It was never designed to be a production car from the beginning. You will see it's got some beautiful features like those faired-in covers that just sort of hide the lights peeping out at the front. It's beautiful condition, isn't it? I mean, just drinking the beauty of this. I mean, if you think it looks like a Lamborghini Miura, you'd not be wrong, and it's got echoes of that. I think they were designed by the same person. Now, the interesting thing is, you see these vents here, they have no purpose except styling. They have no cooling reason, they have no reason to be there, but don't they look good? Isn't it great when people just do things like that absolutely for the hell of it? And in this case, that's what they've done. I'll give you the Alfa Romeo Montreal. Any guesses what this is? Well, no cheating. Some of you may recognise some of the elements of this car, but it's a Panther Rio. So Robert Yankel, who set up Panther Westwinds, had this idea of producing a car that would respond to the need for something more economical during the fuel crisis. And it was this. And basically, the Panther Rio was based on a Dolomite. The problem is, at £10,000, it was 30% more than an XJ12 Jaguar, fashioned with aluminium. You can see, I think the rear lights came off a TR6 perhaps. Any guesses there? Put the answers in the comment. Very special, very rare, and unfortunately a total commercial disaster. But we're so glad to see it here today. So this W108 is a recreation of something called the Red Pig. It's the first car to actually carry Mercedes-Benz association with AMG, and it was raced in a 24-hour race at Spa in '71, and this is a very faithful tribute to that car. Looks totally unsuitable to racing, doesn't it? But 6.3 litres, I guess with 6.3 litres you can certainly catch up on the straights if you're a bit slow through the bends. So this is a Lamborghini Countach LP400S. It's actually a wider car, not sure where the width comes in, but it was based on one that was developed for Walter Wolf. Do you remember Walter Wolf? He was the tycoon that ran his own Formula One team back in, I think, the 70s. Absolutely, the drama of this car is never lost upon me. What a fabulous place to be. I mean, the curves, the swoops, the vents, I don't know what they all do, but my God, it's going to need some incredible cooling. But actually, you know what? That is one hell of a supercar, and I prefer that to many modern supercars, to be honest with you. So back in the late 90s, the name of Jensen was secured by a small group of people who wanted to reboot the Jensen brand yet again, and they came up with this. Now, originally launched and conceived as being a roadster, this is the SV8, but this is the coupe. It's got the 4.6 litre engine. I'm guessing that must be the Mustang the engine, or the engine that Rover later used in the 260. So this was a prototype. Unfortunately, the company collapsed. Didn't actually come to fruition, but the prototype was shown at one of the period motor shows. This one's been repainted, so this is probably quite a relatively unique car. Let's just try and get that in shot, because obviously it's the back of the car that's the important one. To the uninitiated, this E92 Coupe BMW may not look anything special, but in actual fact it's one of 99 Alpina B3 GT3s. 3 were sold in the UK, some in Japan as well, celebrating or helping to celebrate a big birthday of Alpina. I think it might be 60 years actually. And you know what? There is a video on the channel about this actual car, because I've driven it, and my word, I'm so pleased to see that here again. It is truly, truly special. What a car. Check out that video. We are in the presence of automotive and television royalty. Yes, I've never seen this car in the flesh, so you have to forgive my excitement. It's NHK295M. Yes, the surviving Sweeney squad car, used I think in series maybe 1 and 2. It's a console GT, not actually a Granada as many people think. It's badged as console GT. How this car has survived, I just cannot understand. It's thankful, so thankful it has survived. Growing up watching the Sweeney, these guys chasing about West London in this very car. John Thor and Dennis Waterman sat in those very seats. Wow. I'm going to have to take a moment out here. So I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Plenty more cars to come at the show, and I'd appreciate it if you would like, share and subscribe. But also there is the hype function, which helps the video reach more people on YouTube. So if you wouldn't mind hyping that, if you've enjoyed the video, then I'd really appreciate it. So without further ado, on with the show. So on the Lancaster stand is this 1983 Golf. So pretty much at the start of the series. The early cars were, in actual fact, UK cars still were left-hand drive. It's in beautiful order, isn't it? That trademark Golf interior, no cracks in the dashboard. The paint quality is, the paint quality is flawless, and I don't say that lightly. The owner's got the stuff I love, the carchaeology stuff. He's got the price list, he's got the dealer information, he's even got the model of it. Wow, that's taking it seriously, isn't it? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So this is a very rare car. You could argue it's one of the first muscle cars. It is, wait for it, a Nash Rambler from 1957. Now there's supposed to be only 20 of these left even in the US. It looks like it's had some sort of relationship with a Ford Anglia or a Cresta at the back, but what an incredible car that is to look at. That really caught my eye. I wouldn't say I'm a huge American car fan, but that one did. It's got the extended bumper where you've got the spare wheel, you've got that aerial on the back, that fantastic wraparound glass there. I absolutely think that is fantastic. We got some lovely features here. Look where I'm not sure how much use the mirrors are placed just there. What do you think? Can't see a lot. And some lovely details there, yeah. The Nash Rebel. So there is a reason I'm called Simon, and apparently it's something to do with Simon Templar, but that's for a story for another day. But if you want Simon Templar's car, this is one of the original cars. Truly is ST1. It's a Jensen built car, because can you see the way that the bumpers cow horn up in the middle? And those are the cars built by Jensen on behalf of Volvo when they didn't have capacity. Subsequently, production moved back to Sweden and the car gained the suffix S. Now, interestingly enough, the producers wanted to use a Jaguar, and Jaguar didn't actually want to know. So they went cap in hand to Volvo, and Volvo said, yeah, thank you very much. Volvo, quite an unknown brand back in the 60s in the UK, and this is what they came up with. And you can see it's got quite a few signatures of some of the people associated with the show in here. I'm not sure who's in there after. So it's certainly lived a life, this car, hasn't it? Oh, there we go. Art director, production manager, producer. Wow. Jenny Hanley. She was in some of the, I can recognise the designer there. Wow. This is a fantastic find, isn't it? Goodness. That is automotive royalty, isn't it? So this NSU Ro, or Ro 80 as they call them, you cannot believe it's a car from 1967. I believe it's a car of the year as well, maybe from 67 or 68. Unfortunately, the car was a failure because it delivered the company almost to bankruptcy and to the hands of Audi, who took the company over, simply because of the tips, the Wankel engine it's fitted with, and the rotor tips. They can be perfected. In fact, I think the owner of this car's spoken to me at a previous show. It's got some lovely detailed design features. That beautiful aluminium vent in the back. This one's a lovely car. It's got the factory sunroof as well. Simply, it was ahead of its time, and it could have been certainly a much better. Now these Opel GTs, we were denied in the UK. They are really special cars. It's a pity I can't find the owner. I'd ask him to put the lights on, because those pop-up lights, they actually rotate out of there rather than just flip up. It certainly is a pretty design, a bit of an echo of Manta at the back, but an incredible looking car, and striking in that yellow colour, isn't it? So another car seldom seen from the Ford back catalogue. It is a Mark IV Cortina. Pretty rare. Apparently the rust protection on the Mark IVs wasn't that good. They didn't survive. But this one's in signal orange, and it is an S. It's a 2.3, so it's the V6S. I think the S came as a 2 and a 2.3 litre, but goodness, these are super rare as well. Quite a few have come back from South Africa, but they're normally 3 litres. But to survive as well as this one has, or be restored as well as this one, what a treat it is. Slightly stiffer suspension, different trim, the black rear panel and some of the chrome work is blacked out. Wow, I do like those. At times it's sometimes difficult to me to believe how Vauxhall has fallen out of favour a little bit in recent years. You think how popular they were. This is the Viva HC. This was an incredibly popular car back in the period. Next to it we've also got a Viva HA. The HA van went on for a bit longer than the car. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing a picture of these being produced up at Ellesmere Port. This one is in stunning condition, it really is. We'll try and get a closer look at that one. Take you around the side of that one. That's incredible. Wow, these do suffer from rust, and they've pretty much all succumbed. And then we've got the HB, but in the estate format. Quite a usable estate actually, aren't they? Some interesting articles there on the car itself. And I think the guy refers to the fact it's got a Lotus engine. Well, I think the block was used by Lotus. Incredible amount of space in cars of this period. Small on the outside but still big on the inside. And this one is in, well, it's just in epic condition, isn't it? Wow. There, we've overdosed on Vivas, haven't we, a little bit? Well, I can guarantee you've probably not seen one of these. I've never seen one before. It is a Volvo P1900. Now, this is an unusual looking car. I wouldn't say it's probably got a face only a mother could love, I suspect. Interesting design there, but it was developed for the US market. So based on the P444, Volvo decided they need some of the sports car action in the USA. And this is what they came up with, and apparently the quality wasn't up to the standards. I think they outsourced some of the work to a company in the US, and it wasn't really the same standards as a Volvo would have normally expected. And subsequently they dropped it, and I think it only ran for a couple of model years. I have never ever seen one of those. Have you? Put it in the comments if you have. Maybe there's one in the Volvo museum, but honestly that is a unicorn. So this is the oldest known registered Saab 9000 Turbo in the UK. It's the only one in this colour. I know this car because it was in my parents' village and I used to walk past it. How weird is that? And it was still registered in October 1985 whilst it was still being launched at the motor show, or Motor Fair it was called. We're just going to take have a quick look at it. The owner's just going to open it up, and I used to admire this car. This is a sea of burgundy. Absolutely incredible inside. You're not going to find a car like that. It's got beautiful leather seats in great condition. What a lovely car. Well, I'm so glad to have seen that car again. Fabulous. So this is Volvo's long-awaited successor to the aging 340, 343, 345 series cars. Built in the Netherlands, it's a 440. We do see the 480s now and again. The 440s, they are super rare cars. I think my mum had a GLE non-injection. This is the pretty rare GLT. The owners just pop the lights on so we can see a bit better there. We'll try and get it from the back and just get that spoiler in. Amazing what a spoiler does for the look of a car. Really traded on safety and had a relatively long life, but that's the 440. When did you see the last one of those? So built by Ford to contest the London to Mexico World Cup Rally was this Escort. Now this is a very historic car. FEV1H was driven by Hanno Mikler. Many people who watch rallying right up to the 70s and 80s will remember Hanno Mikler, who drove the Audis later on. Apparently the story goes that Ford gave the competition manager £40,000 to run the event and run the cars for the event, and he went over budget. He spent £127,000, nearly 128, and he said thankfully he actually won and the cars won, otherwise he might have found himself getting fired. What an incredible story, and what an incredible car. Now, as you'll see in the background, the XJ-S is celebrating a scarcely believable 50 years since it was launched in 1975. Originally launched as an automatic, or in this case a very rare manual car. This is a late, what they call as P-Digital. I never heard that term before, but it's the car that they ran out the model with before they went for the HE, high efficiency models. That's a joke, isn't it? Really high efficiency. It's all relative in relative terms. This one is in brilliant order. I mean, the shine on that paint. I hope it's coming up on camera how good that car is. It is a credit to the owner. And you can see it's still got the original nomenclature, it's a hard word to say that one, where it's XJ-S. So here we've got a racing version of the Daimler Dart, never actually called Dart. The name was dropped for legal reasons because of litigation in the States with Dodge, I think it was. In actual fact, this is the last car produced under the ownership, independent ownership of Daimler by BSA, Birmingham Small Arms, and then subsequently they were taken over by Jaguar. Jaguar needed the engine capacity and bought the company. So yes, a very short life for the SP250, quite a distinctive looking car, and many of these appear to have survived, probably due to the fiberglass body. So Honda carved out a reputation in small sports cars almost before they were famous for anything other than bikes, and this is the S800. It might be the 600 that's changed, and I can't remember. Put it in the comments. Apologies, I've not got that knowledge to hand at the moment, but these are pretty as a roadster, but also very pretty as a coupe. Again, quite valuable cars these days in a way, sadly making them a bit inaccessible. Maybe you can still find them in Japan. Almost to K-car dimensions. Maybe they are even to K-car dimensions, I don't know. I'm sure somebody will correct me. Let's just try and get those two in shot without falling over. Wow, that's quite an eyeful. I really like those diminutive little coupes. I guess the only thing equivalent today was something like a Honda Beat, perhaps. I always thought these had more of a hint of Porsche 944 about them, but of course it's the RX7. This is the later RX7, got a massive factory roof there with that one. It is a stunning colour. This is the FB generation from 1985. Again, rotary engine car, revving to about 7,000 plus RPM, and again, really getting pretty rare on British roads, both of them. So Mazda have long persevered with the rotary engine, and this is one example of one of those cars. It's the R100. This is from 1971, and they were only sold in Australia, New Zealand and North America. We didn't actually get them here. It was sold, I think, as the Familiala or something for some of those markets. An interesting looking little coupe. I guess this one's been imported from one of those right-hand drive markets, but it's certainly a distinctive design, isn't it? So I felt compelled to show you this lovely Gilban GT 1800. Gilban, well documented. It's the product of a company with a Welsh butcher and a German prisoner of war never returned home. And didn't they turn out some fabulous cars? I think it was only the imposition of VAT actually started to affect business, and they went out of business. This, I believe, from the Capacity 1800 is the B series. Is it the B series MGB engine? I'm not sure. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. It's got more than a hint of Aston Martin at the back, hasn't it? Like mini Aston Martin. Let's just get that in shot. What do you think? So this Celica was really Toyota's attempt to design maybe a mini Mustang. These were sold officially in the UK. I'm not sure this was a UK car. Incredible pillarless design here, really makes it quite a bit of space in there. Typical Japanese of the period. Many of these, of course, like Japanese cars, weren't rust protected in the way that others were and did suffer badly. But I tell you what, that is an absolutely eyeful, isn't it? I love the colour and I love the car. Well, I wasn't going to walk past a Metro 6R4 6-cylinder rally 4-wheel drive, an incredible car, really built for the Group B regulations, and of course which was short-lived because of the accidents where the cars just simply got too fast. Now, in actual fact, we've got one here. Do you want to see one that's a naked version of this so we can see better what it looks like? Well, we've got one here, and look at the level of plumbing that's going on in there. You can see how the adaptation from a Metro, it is barely recognisable as anything to do with the Metro here. Just get right into the back of it. That is really packed tight. I've heard horror stories about these needing rebuilds after, you know, over 1,000 miles or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but there you go. That's the 6R4, and a naked one at that. So the RS1600i was a homologation special to allow Ford, I'm not sure, to race or to rally this car. It didn't have much of a power difference between this and the XR3i, but it was quite a different car in actual fact. I think these had a 115 brake horsepower. This one's a 1983 car. Absolutely, of course, it's on the Pride of Ownership stand. It's in lovely condition, isn't it? Something about the Mark III Escort looks so right, doesn't it? That sharp styling that the Mark IV lost. I like that. So this is Will Wilson's 1964 Mark I Cortina. He took delivery on the day his daughter was born, so that's quite memorable, isn't it? It looks like he had quite a bit of work to do. What do you think about that? I mean, goodness, that's a bit of rust. More than rust converter to get that one up to scratch. It's an absolutely lovely car. If you like green, you've come to the right place. Let's just have a look inside. I know you're dying to see this sea of green. Good Lord, it's like drowning in a pot of green paint. But isn't it delightful? Even the steering wheel's green as well. Wow, he's done quite a job of work on restoring this car. I love the colour combination, I love the car. Looks like it might have been lowered. I think it's got a later cross-flow engine, it says. But honestly, there is a lot to like with that. What do you guys think? Do you like a Mark I Cortina? I like that one. So the Essex Petroleum Company was a partner of the Lotus Formula One team. The partnership fell into disarray, but not before they'd actually developed between them this Essex branded Lotus Esprit. This one's a beautiful example. This is number 11. I don't think they actually ever made all the cars they were supposed to do as part of the partnership, but quite honestly, this one is an absolute beauty, isn't it? It's got the right number plate, hasn't it? Take that one in, because I really like that one. Don't those stripes work? Doesn't it look good? So thanks again for joining me from the Lancaster Classic Motor Show at the NEC. Hope you've liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. As always, thanks for watching.